Okay, so let's see, where did I leave off last? I cut holes in this plate that strengthens the spars in this center section for cooling the battery. I've cut out these side nose pieces out of plywood and cut the spots for them to slide into the spars, the leading edge spar and the upper and lower spar, and they lock into those spars to give it strength. And the spars are spruce, all three spars are 1/4 inch spruce, so it has quite a bit of strength. Cut out the two side pieces for the tail, and they're 1/8 inch plywood. So, and I finished up the wingtips, and I guess I also glued this shaped trailing edge onto the center section on the back of the wing. So these two pieces will eventually go on there after the wing's covered, and then the elevator will go connect to that. And then I also shaped this aileron so that it can go up and down without hitting the trailing edge of the wing. And so these will fit right into here, and then the linkage will connect right to a control horn on the top side. That way the bottom is clear for if I belly land it, then I don't have to worry about hitting linkages and things. So that's where I am right now. So I think right now I'm going to glue this stiffener onto the spars in the center section, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to use Titebond wood glue to glue this plywood stiffener to the spars. And I also have 3 holes in this piece for cooling the battery. Okay, so just put some I should have to open it first. Some glue along this bottom edge and the top edge. Okay, so I have the this plywood brace glued in the center section. Have my battery compartment done, and I've hooked up. I've hinged the ailerons and then added the linkages for the ailerons. So I'll connect the battery and you can see how this part works so far.
Switch warning.
So those are connected up and working. My elevator servo's installed and working. My motor's hooked up and that's working. So I think what I'm gonna do next is cover the bottom of the wing with the monocoat.
RF signal low. Telemetry lost.
So yeah, we're making progress. So I've done quite a bit of sanding, and so I'm ready to start covering the wing. The hinges aren't glued in on the aileron, so those can be removed for the covering process. Okay, so I'm getting ready to monocoat the bottom of the wing, and the first thing you want to do is clean up your build area. You want to get rid of all the sawdust and any particles that might affect the covering job. And I do that with a damp cloth and clean off the table, the surface of the table with a damp cloth, and then dry it. And then get a tack rag and go over the whole wing that you're going to cover. Do all the ribs and thoroughly clean all the sawdust off of the wing. I've already done that, so I won't bore you with showing you me doing it again. I use this Coverite iron, which has precise electronic temperature control, and I started out at 250 degrees with a sock on. This is Teflon coated, the bottom of the iron, but I like to use the sock. It prevents scratches better. And I like to, as I'm putting on monocoat, I like to run it along the side. This particular iron has the edges curved, but a lot of times the sock will shift back and forth, so I stick a pin through here and tie it tightly to keep the sock tight to the bottom of the iron. So you want to start out on a lower heat setting when you first tack the covering on. When you get to tips and compound curves and things, then you can turn the heat up and stretch the film before you tack it. But to start with, you want to tack it down at, in this case, 250 degrees is what I start with. And then on compound curves, I go up to 350 degrees. And that's with this sock on. If you don't have an iron with a sock on, then you may want to reduce those temperatures a little bit. Okay, so let's just get started. This is the bottom of the wing that I have facing up right now. You always want to start on the bottom, and that way the top seams overlap to the bottom of the wing where they're more hidden. So I cut a piece that's approximately the right size for this wing. A lot of times you'll cover a wing in 4 sections, 4 pieces, but this one's 51-inch wingspan, so I'm just going to cover it with 1 piece on the top and 1 piece on the bottom. So you have to peel that clear plastic off the bottom of the monocoat, and so sometimes it's hard to get it to start. So one tip is to use some masking tape and that helps grab the clear part. So just like, did you see, were you able to see that? Okay, so just peel the clear part off. Okay. Take the tape off of here. And you want to make sure you have some excess. So that's prepped, and the first thing I want to do before I start that big piece is I want to put some monocoat in these small areas where the ailerons go, because these inside corners, no matter how you cut the top monocoat, you can't cover all of the balsa. You know, if you cut it at a 45, then you're going to get some little triangles that show that aren't covered. Now, on this particular wing, because I have tail booms that are going to attach here and glue to the sides of this piece, I'm not going to cover this end grain of the triangular section in the center here. So I won't be doing it there, but just take some scrap monocoat that you have and cut off a small piece, and we'll do this this inside corner. So you can see that, right? So we tack this. Try and get that tightly into that corner. If you have a trim monocoat iron, you can use that for this also. I have one, but I don't have it out right now, so I'm just going to use this iron. Okay, and then cut it not flush, but with just a little bit of a gap. And then cut down right at the corner. And just iron that over. Okay, so there we go. The bottom, because I'm using a different color on the top of the wing, I'm gonna cut the top side of the wing flush. Trying to get a hold of the monocoat so I can. So there we go. So that should cover up all the balsa when I do my covering job.